Good morning. Root through your sit bones, lengthen through your crown, get some wiggles out, move around a little bit, twist, shrug your shoulders, round and contract your back. Swing your legs if you want to. Get yourself all situated. Find yourself in neutral spine, hands in your lap, lengthen through the crown, and settle into your breath. Just observe the breath without control. Soften your belly. Feel the breath in your belly. Feel the breath in your chest. Feel it in your nostrils. Settle your mind. Allow everything to settle, kind of like a snow globe, where all the little flakes slowly start to settle down. And they become still and quiet. Bringing ourselves into this moment right here, right now. I thought that the quote that I found for this morning's announcement about life being right here in the present. Life has left the past and life has not yet made it to the future. Life is truly just right here and right now. Slowly begin to drop your head forward, open up the back of your neck, flip your hands over, palms up, and draw your elbows back in space. Backs of your hands come into the hip joint. Then roll your right ear over. Pause, breathe. Keep the elbows back. Shoulder blades are squeezed together. Slowly dip your chin, roll back to center. Take a breath. And then roll left. Dip the chin and roll back to center. Keep the elbows drawn back, shoulder blades back, lift your head to the ceiling, chin reaches up. Imagine reaching from your sit bones through the core of your being, all the way through your neck and through your chin. Reaching your chin up to the ceiling, shoulder blades kind of draw down your back. Stay tall through your spine and bring your head to face forward again. Turn your head to the right. Open up that left arm out to the side at shoulder level, palm up. Twist the whole arm all the way around to palm facing the rear. And press back into the palm. Open up the chest, the shoulder. Bring the palm forward slightly, twist it all the way back around so palm is facing up. Bend the elbow and bring the hand back to the upper thigh. Bring your head forward. Take a breath at center. And turn to the left. Right arm comes out to the side at shoulder level, palm is up towards ceiling. Twist your arm all the way around so the palm faces to the rear, and then press the palm back, opening up the chest, shoulder. Breathe. Bring the arm forward slightly, twist all the way back around so palm is face up, and bend the elbow. Bring the back of the hand back into the thigh, head forward. Relax your arms, roll your shoulders, turn your head side to side, do circles, whatever feels good. Release any tension in the neck. Twist if you'd like. I got a scratch. All right, we're going to stay with our haunches up against the back of the chair in order to accommodate the weight of our legs lifting and support through the spine. I want you to lengthen from the hips up through the crown of the head. Feel nice and long. Flex your right foot and lift it, but keep your knee slightly bent. Don't lock out in space. Keeping it nice and lifted, using your thigh muscles, your butt muscles. We're not using any apparatus, but if you want to hold on to the thigh a little bit or grab the pant leg for support, you can. If you need the support of a strap, you can strap it. From the hip joint all the way up, keep the toes and the knee lined up. Take the toes out. Breathe. We're going to add to this. Right arm is going to come up forward, palm, like you're palming, or you're going to hand something to me, tall through the spine, and then you're going to reach forward. You're actually going to bend forward slightly. Keep the belly pulled in. Hallelujah. Breathe. Increases that stretch in the leg a little bit. Lean yourself back to neutral. Release the hand. Bring the toes up and bend the knee back down. Shake it out. All right. Wiggle if you need to. Release any tension. Just go loose. Just let it go. Then sit back up nice and tall. Flex the left foot. Bring the left foot up. Have a bent knee. Engage through the thigh, because we're not strapping it unless you absolutely need to. If you need that support, everything's engaged and not relaxed. From the hip joint, whole leg, rotate outward. Toes outward. Left hand is going to come palm up. Take it out in front of you, and then lean like you're reaching and to take something or give something. Tall in your spine, belly pulled in. Reach, breathe. Knee is bent, not locked out. Bring your spine back to neutral. Release your hand. Foot comes back up. Rotate, bend the knee, and down. Shake it all out. Very nice. Now you're going to take the right leg out and open. You're still up against your haunches. Keep your chest facing forward. We got that knee out to about a 45-degree angle. Lengthen tall through our spine. Flex the right foot and take it out to the side. Breathe. We're going to take our weight in the opposite direction. So the left arm is going to come out to the side, palm up, tall through the spine, and you're going to lean to the left. Opposite direction. Engage through the thigh. Don't lock the knee out. Root through the left leg if you need to for support. Breathe. Center your spine back up. Release your hand. Bend your knee and bring it in. Shake them out. Switch sides. Left knee is going to come out. Make sure that your chest is facing directly forward. Your knee is over your ankle. Flex your left foot and straighten without locking out the knee. Right hand is going to come out to the side, palm up. You're going to lean to the right. Breathe. Draw the abs in, support your weight. Center your spine back up, release your hand, bend your knee, slide it back in. And relax. Shake out your legs. One more with the hips against the back. I'm going to roll up my blanket a little bit so that my feet don't touch the ground completely because I got short when I'm all the way back because I got short appendages. So I want my left foot to be stable. So I'm putting something under it so it's nice and stable. Otherwise, I'm up on my tiptoes. And I'm going to bring the right leg up. I want my left leg stable. So you can put it on a block or a book or something in order to stabilize yourself because we're all the way to the back of the chair. If I come forward, I'm more stable in my foot. So find that your stability. You can come forward if you want to, or put something under your foot. Soft flex in the right foot. Nice and even, like you have a wall right there that you're just resting that foot on. Try and relax through the thigh, the calf, the glute. Hold on to the shin, or you can strap the left foot down below, whichever feels better for you. We're just going to get some more inner and outer thigh stretch. Take a deep breath. Exhale and slowly flat back, come forward. Don't yank on your leg or strap, but use it for support and stability. Hinging at those hips. Feel the tailbone rise as you come forward. Breathe into wherever you feel that stretch the most. You might feel it more on the inner thigh. You might feel it more on the outer thigh. You might feel it more on the butt. Lengthen through the crown. Lengthen through the crown and then press through the tailbone like you're trying to push your tailbone back down. When you come forward, the tailbone lifts. Press the tailbone back down. You're kind of pulling your spine in opposite directions, thus drawing in the belly to support the back. Slowly come back up, all the way to the top. Relax and release your leg. Shake that one out and do the other side. Make sure your right foot is stable. Bring the left one up. Realign yourself if you need to. Soft flex in the left foot, holding onto shin or strap. Make sure your ankle is hanging off the thigh bone. Nice and tall from tailbone to crown. You're going to hinge at those hips and start to lean forward, flat back. Feel the tailbone come up, rolling onto the front half of the hip or the sit bones. This feels really good. So being in the small RV with not the best bed, my hips are sore. Lucky you. Press your tailbone down, lift through the crown of your head. Slowly start to roll yourself back. And release and relax and shake it out. So your femur bone, well, most of your leg and arm bones, at the top and the bottom, you have these two knuckles that are on either side. And those are greater trend candor or something like that. So on the outside, we have the larger of the two knuckles right on the outside of our hips. And on that bony piece, on that little protrusion of that upper thigh bone, there is a bursa sac. So when you lay on your side, you kind of squish that bursa sac if you're not in a good bed or if you're on the floor for any amount of time. So both of my tricandor bursa sacs are sore, extremely sore. So we get to stretch them out. Let's go ahead and stand up and do our balance. We are going to do seat facing us at the end of the mat. Alrighty. That T-band runs down from attached to your iliac crest, runs down that whole side right over that bursa sac and right down all the way down into the sole of the foot. The T-band is not a muscle, it is a more like a fascia ligament. All right, feet underneath hip bones, and I'm almost 2 feet away from my chair. Go far enough away from your chair so that when you hinge at your hips, you're reaching a little bit for that seat of the chair. So depending on how long your body parts are, you're going to be at a different length away from the chair than I am. So lengthen up nice and tall, feet under your hips, and have your feet facing directly forward. So open up your heels a little bit and put them behind your middle toe. Might feel pigeon-toed to you, but try and keep your knees open and don't let them roll inward. Deep breath. Inhale up, hands come up overhead. Arch the upper back, lift the heart. Hinge at your hips, come forward and let your hands float onto the seat of the chair. A little bend in your knees, like a tiny bend. So you're going to have more stretch in the back of your leg. Lengthen from your tailbone to the crown. Try not to bend your head to look up. Try not to let your head drop down to look at your knees. Imagine keeping your head right in alignment with your spine. And then I want you to slowly rock side to side. They don't have to be very big, but as you do that, you're going to feel the T-band stretch. Belly pulled in, flatten your spine. Rock side to side. The straighter your legs are, the more you'll feel the stretch. But I don't want you to lock your knees out. I want you to keep both soles of your feet on the floor. So when you rock to the right, don't let your left outer sole come off the mat. Rock to the left and hold. Lengthen through crown. Slowly come back to center. And then rock to the right and hold. Breathe. Come back to center. Bend your knees, but let your butt go back so you're getting further away from the chair. And then straighten back up. So imagine, if you can look for a moment, your knee and your ankle, this part of your leg is not moving at all. So if it was moving, your knees come forward. So imagine this part is locked in concrete. And as you bend your knees, your butt goes back and that part can't move. Does that make sense? And then straighten back up. And then bend, butt goes back. Straighten back up. One more time. Bend the knee, butt goes back. Calves are locked in concrete.
Squeeze the butt, come back up. Pull the belly in, round the back. Slowly roll yourself back up. All the way to the top, deep breath. And exhale down. Walk the dog, lift and lower your heels. Hot flash is coming. Whew. All that big muscle movement got the hot flashes working. Good stuff. So lift and lower your heels, which is called walking the dog, but keeping your heels and toes facing forward and lined up. Walking the dog relieves any tension you're feeling in your legs. All right, we're going to go back to the forward position. So check your feet. Make sure that the knees are facing forward. Deep breath, inhale up. Arch your upper back, heart lifts. Exhale, come forward, hinge at your hips. Feel the weight, feel the chair underneath your palms, lengthening through your crown. And I want you to transfer your weight to your left foot. I want you to bend the right knee and lift the right foot off the floor. Your knees are still close together, still at the same level. Then I want to lift your head and look at the back of your chair. I want you to pull your belly in so it kind of flattens, but don't round way up. Pull your belly in, and then I want you to lift that bent right knee. Breathe. And bring it back down without moving the rest of the body. One more time. And bring that bent knee up. Breathe. And take it down. Release the foot back to the mat underneath the hip, toes facing forward. Relax your head, look at the seat of the chair again. Now you can have your palms flat on the chair, or you can kind of turn to the side and hold the chair like this. It doesn't really matter. That's not our focus. Whatever your wrists can handle. You can even go to their knuckles if your wrists are getting tired. Okay. All right, we're going to switch. Weight to the right foot. Bend the left knee, but keep the left knee close to the right knee. Both your thighs are touching together. Lift your head and look at the back of the chair. Pull the belly in to flatten the spine a little bit, and then lift that bent left knee. Breathe. And bring the bent knee down without moving the rest of the body. And lift back up. And bring it back down. Straighten the leg, put it directly underneath the hip joint. Feet facing forward. Press the hips back. Soft grip with your hands. You should be able to wiggle your toes, bend as much as you need to. This is a relaxing pose. We're not meaning to stretch much. So bend your knees if you need to. Relax the belly on the thighs if you need to. Let your head drop if you need to. You can even release the chair and let your hands hang if you want to. Totally up to you. Two choices to come up. You can flatten your back and come up with a flat back, or you can round your belly in and roll up. So make your choice and then take a deep breath and rise. And exhale, let your hands float down. Shake it out. All right, we're going to go to the floor. Get your chair out of the way. Still sweating a little bit. We're going to go to the floor and we're going to go to the belly. I know y'all hate the belly. Hate the belly. But the belly is the easiest way to work your low back without straining it. coming onto your belly. I want you to either put your forehead on the floor, or you can put your hands underneath your forehead if you want to, or a block, or you can turn your head and put your cheek on a pillow, whatever works. But I want you to imagine that your hip bones are pressing into the floor and that your tailbone is reaching towards your feet. So it does a little tilt of your hip, a little squeeze of your butt. Imagine that tailbone reaching down. And that's what's going to protect your back. So I want you to tilt and release your hips. Just relax your hips completely. Feel that accentuated curve in your low back. And then tilt those hips a little bit forward. Reach your tailbone towards the feet. Support the back. Just tilt and relax a couple of times to get the way it feels. You might use thigh muscles. You might use butt muscles, some belly. Another way to think of it is as when you reach your tailbone down is you pull your belly button off the mat. Now it may not physically come off the mat, but imagine if you could just pop it off the mat. That's the same muscle group. And then I want you to tilt and hold. And I want you to bend your right knee. So the foot is to the ceiling, toes are pointed. And I want you to do a circle with the toes. Go the other direction. And relax. And then I just want you to let that foot go back and forth like you only have one windshield wiper. Take it back and forth. And then line the foot back up with the knee. We still have our hips tucked slightly. Can you lift your knee off the floor? My knee is not completely on the floor because I have big thighs, and you may have the same idea, but can you lift it a tiny bit higher than it already is? And that's going to engaging the butt, engaging the thigh muscle. Even if it doesn't lift, engage all that like you're trying to lift it. And straighten your leg. Relax it on the floor. Relax your hips, rock them side to side. Realign hips. Do that little tuck. Protect your back. Reach your tailbone towards the feet. Bend the left knee. Little tiny circles with the left toe. Go both directions. And then side to side with the lower leg, like one-sided windshield wiper. Line the foot up with the knee. Engage through the thigh and the glute a little bit more. Imagine lifting that knee or thigh off the mat. Just little pulsations of squeezing to lift and releasing. Even if it doesn't lift, that's okay. And relax, bend the knee. Point the right toes. Engage the right glute, the right thigh, and lift the leg a tiny bit, even if it's just enough to take the toes off the mat. But don't bend the knee to lift the toes off. It's a whole leg thing. Lift and release. Squeeze and release to lift. If it comes up, great. If not, that's okay. Keep the hips tucked. Relax the whole leg, other side, left. Engage and lift and lower. Little pulses. Squeeze through the butt, squeeze through the thigh. Point the toes, lift and lower. And relax. Rock your hips side to side. All right. If you have any knee issues, you can go ahead and roll over. If not, you can flip your feet so you're on your toes. Bring your hands to your right next to your chest. Push your upper body up. Press your hips back into child's pose. Hips go towards the feet. Hands are overhead. And relax your forehead on the floor. Relaxes through your back. We're just taking our back the opposite direction we just had it. If you're not able to do this or feel comfortable with being in child's pose, you can just draw your knees in on your back. Breathe. Let your back release. And walk yourself back up, hands and knees, and just rotate yourself onto the mat on your back. All the way back. You can rock your hips, draw your feet up and roll. All right, feet on the floor. Straighten out your right leg. Flex your foot. From the hip joint, rotate the whole leg, toes out. I want you to engage both glutes and abs. And same kind of thing we were just doing. We're engaging the whole right leg like you're going to lift it off the floor with the toes facing outward. If it comes off the floor, that's great. If not, that's okay too. And you're just going to lift and lower a couple of times or engage and release a couple of times, whichever is for you today. Toes are out, foot is flexed. And relax. Rotate toes back up to the ceiling. Slide the heel back in. Slide the left one out. Soft flex of the foot. Roll the whole leg outward. Toes go out. Engage through the whole leg, butt, thigh, as if you're going to lift that leg off the floor. If you can lift it, great. If not, that's okay. Just engage and release. If you can lift it, just little tiny lift and lowers. And relax, rotate toes up, slide the heel in. Arch and flatten your low back or rock side to side. Release any tension that you might feel. All right, right leg. I need you to press into the sole of the foot on the right foot. Feel the thigh engaged, feel the right glute engaged. You're really pushing into that right foot as hard as you possibly can. Now on the left side, I want you to engage that whole side, but don't push down. Pull up, but don't let it lift. Almost like you're trying to lift and someone's pushing that leg down so you can't lift it. Opposite directions. And relax everything. Rock your hips and knees side to side a little bit. We're going to do the other side. Line up your knees, push into the left foot. The whole sole from the heels to the toes. Push into that left foot. Engage the right leg and imagine you're using all your energy to lift, but someone is not letting you. You've got pressure on that knee and it's not letting you lift up. But you're trying to pull up, pulling the legs in opposite directions. Breathe. Relax, hips and thighs. Rock them out. All right, bring the right knee in and put your hands on the outside of around your thigh. You can interlace or you can just hold on. Same concept. Push into that left foot. And this time, you're going to try and push the right leg back down, but you can't because you're holding it. That makes sense? You're engaging those muscles in the thighs. Push into the left foot and try and pull the right one back down. Breathe and relax. Put the right foot on the floor. Bring the left one up. Hold behind the thigh. You don't have to interlace, but you can. First, engage on the right leg. Push into the right sole of the foot. Then engage on the left thigh and try and push that thigh back down, lining them up. Breathe. And relax. Return the left foot to the floor. Walk the feet to the outside edges of the mat. Do some flopping, releasing some tension. We're going to take both knees to the right. Roll up on the outside edges of the feet. Take your arms either to the T position, or you can go to cactus. You can go to Y, or you can go to diamond. Just to review our arm positions, out the side. In the T position, cactus is kind of like a goalpost. Y is self-explanatory, and diamond just has the hands above your head with the elbows bent. Some work more than the others. Some are more relaxing. Squeeze the left glute, but don't push it forward. Squeeze and release. The left glute, squeeze and release. When you squeeze, you feel a little bit of tension in the front. Release, squeeze and release. When you're ready, pull the belly in and roll your knees to the other side, to the left side. Rolling up on the outside edges of your feet. Maybe you want to change your arm positions now. Try something different. And then squeeze and release your right glute. Oh, I just remembered that word. It's trochanter, not tricanter. Not that it matters, but squeeze and release. Relax, pull the belly in, draw the knees up, flop a little bit from side to side. Draw both knees into your chest. We're going to do a couple cannonballs. Take a deep breath. Exhale, draw in. Cannonball. Slowly relax on your inhale. Another big breath. Exhale, draw in. Squeeze all that air out. Release. And prepare yourself for Shavasana. Realigning your spine, hips and shoulders are lined up. Everything is supported. Back is supported, legs are supported. Shoulders are down and away from the ears. Arms are out to the side with the palms up. Get yourself situated. Bring yourself to stillness. and focus of the breath. Kind of like that snow globe. We're going to get everything, all the little flakes, all the little thoughts, all the muscles, everything's going to settle into the floor. So when you think you have that last snowflake settled, something kicks it up, just release it to the floor. Relax your mind, relax your breath, relax your body. Feel the rise and fall. Focus on the life and the present that is the here and now. Life has left the past few seconds, the past moment, whatever has happened, whatever has happened in the deep past, whatever has happened in the recent past, whatever has happened in this last hour. Life has left it, can't be changed or altered. Be okay with it. Be in the right now. Whatever is to come next year, next month, in the next 5 minutes, life has not yet reached it. There's a world of possibilities. There's choices, yet circumstances. Things we can or will be able to control, and things we cannot and will not be able to control. But the life is right here, right now. In this very breath, and in this very breath right here, each breath stands on its own. Each breath is a tick in time as time passes. Each moment stands alone, yet linked together to create experience, to create memories. Each breath ticks in time to repair the body. Linked together. Link only to be broken in death. Where do you want your remaining links to lead? If you could do anything in the time that is left on earth, what would it be? Where would you go? If you had absolutely no barriers, nothing blocking your path, no governmental regulations, no body inabilities, no fear or worry. You could do anything and all these barriers were down and gone. What would it be? Can you paint a picture? Who you would do it with? Where it takes place, where you're going, what you're seeing? Can you tap into what makes it so appealing? Is it the experience or the people there?
or the things to see. Imagine linking your breaths to each moment. And imagine that each breath was a stepping stone to that maybe imaginary dream. Or maybe it's not imaginary, maybe it's still attainable. Return to today, return to now, return to your body, to your breath. Link each breath in the now. And for just one moment, can you link to your past breaths, your past moments? Maybe only go back a few years. There was one thing you could change, that you had unlimited barriers, governmental restrictions, physical barriers, no fears, no worries. What would that one thing be? And could you paint that picture to what today would be? What would be different today because of that change? How would your breaths link together differently? The moments of today, the moments of now. Is it a huge change or is it a tiny change? Like maybe walking more, something fairly simple. Or is it big and global? Does it make a huge difference? Gently bring your links, your breaths back to now, to the life that is right here, right now, each breath. One at a time, ticking time by. Repairing your body, muscles, giving it rest. Take a nice deep breath, fill your lungs all the way up. Exhale and release out to the tips of toes and tips of fingers. Move them around. Roll your wrists and ankles, elbows, knees, hips, shoulders, back. Turning your head, rolling it side to side. Create motion in each and every joint. Including the joint of the jaw. Opening and closing your mouth. Scrunching up your face, wiggling your nose. Raising and lowering your eyebrows even. Smiling and frowning. Gently draw one knee at a time into your chest. Give yourself a roll if you would like, or sit still. And roll over onto your side. Give a moment for gravity to transition. Lying on your side, creating one more moment, several more breaths linked together. I encourage you today or this weekend, this holiday weekend, to imagine those linked breaths that are linked together, making memories, spending time with yourself and the life that you have right now, the moments you have right now, and making the best of each and every one. Gently peel yourself up off the mat. Bring yourself to a comfortable seat. Whether you be cross-legged or straight legs out in front, I want you to round your back over and drop your head. Rounding from the tailbone all the way up to the crown. And then I want you to start with the tailbone, realign your low back, your pelvis, realign through the mid back, the upper back, the neck starts to roll up, the head floats right back on top. Turn your head to the right, turn your head over to the left. Turn your head to the center, drop the right ear to the right side. Take it up and over to the left. Bring it back up to center. Using our arms for breath, inhale on either side, lengthen from sit bones to crown. Draw the belly in. Exhale, let the arms float down. One more breath, breathing up. Inhale, hands come together overhead. Relax and exhale down to your chest. Allow your eyes to flutter open, and namaste.